hear the voices inside my head. See voices behind the wall, uplifting the underdog. We fighting above the law.
We're on a delay.
Hello. Yeah, we're probably on like about a 10-second delay. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Lisa V, Kathy, Marshmallow, Ozzy, Dubs. If you are in here, my love, we threw you a wrench.
Enjoy your blue dress.
Yes, enjoy. So Dubs, you're wrenched for right now. Miss Mallory is wrenched as well, but she's gonna be up here. I don't know if she can do it. Sometimes that's hard, so make sure you got it. Our mods are already ready to go. Not a slightest thing of prejudice and any kind of phobic comments allowed. There's no warning tonight. There's no sit this person in the corner tonight. It's just gone. We're all supposed to be adults, especially on this platform, so we don't got time for that. So we have the lovely Miss Mallory Williams, aka House of Williams, which a lot of people are shocked. What is Cher doing over there? I don't think they know, Mallory, that I have been a fan of yours for some time.
And I've been a fan of yours for even longer. So how about that?
Yes, we were followers of each other, and like I said, sometimes when certain people come in your group, not everybody brings the best out of you, and I have been at fault of that so many times. You guys witness, and so when I saw, let's be honest, I didn't like the people she was hanging around with. We don't have to, dig too much. She's got some stuff she's going to tell us. She's got the scoop. She's been telling us. Her channel is in the description. If you would like to tip your our co-host, I think we're going to be doing a lot together. Me over there, she over here, everywhere around the globe. Maybe we'll see what happens. But her payment links are still in there, in the description, and the mods can share in the chat if you would like, and mine are also in there. Hi, Yanni.
And that means, listen, and let me break that down for you. My golden cup is in the description. So if you want to hit my Venmo, if you want to hit my Cash App, if you're enjoying what we're doing tonight, take your little self right over to the description and hit my Venmo, hit my Cash App, okay? It'll just like that. We call that Insta Cash, okay? Go ahead, my dear.
Yes, so we made sure to have that over here too. So that is good. So let's start off. What we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of talk. There's been some updates let go from everyone knows the Brett Buffington that I like so much. That's about the only thing that actually, no, I'm not going to say. But anyways, Brett's in the courtroom, right? So we're going to pull up some articles. We're going to go a little bit over that and discuss with Mallory. She was there in Savanah for some time. She was not, however,
I think you got a super chat, darling.
You love this duo. Many people for a long time have been begging to see this duo on my end anyways together, Mallory. Thank you so much for that, Samantha. That is much appreciated. Happy to be here. Thank you, Dubs. Happy to have you guys here. So we're going to pull up some updates on Leilani Simon. And then after we read the updates, of course, there's some stuff I'd like to get into with Mallory on that and some stuff that she would like to say as well. So don't forget, this is a place where we show love and messages of kindness and positive energy for BJ, Quinton's loved ones, because I think that's what's right. That is a dear friend of mine. She does know that we are chatting today, but it's also been said that Mallory Williams here was not the one that was making people have nightmares, have anxiety and PTSD moments and that. So for that, thank you. You did not go and like, I don't care what people say or how they think their opinions are of you there. I'm going to tell you my opinion. I wasn't happy everyone was out there, but with everyone else out there, you were not doing the most. So thank you for that, because I witnessed what.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because that wasn't my intentions.
Yeah, I don't think it was, and I could tell it was others, and I think they very much wanted you to make that your intentions. But watching it back, you weren't there for that. You weren't there for that.
Thank you. Thank you for whoever just sent me a PayPal. I just had a PayPal come in. Thank you. I'm going to check it later after the stream. Thank you so much. Be sure to check your the app, because I'll message you within the app. Thank you. Go ahead, Cher.
I'm just looking for okay, let's pull up this
So
one.
while you're pulling that up, no, when I went up there, Cher, anything that was on my mind had nothing to cause um any stress. I just really wanted to bring awareness to what was going on. I was asked recently really what my intent was. It was to bring my viewers a different perspective. Actually, yeah,
Hi, Gator girl.
I wanted to provide them a perspective from the site, something that maybe they couldn't see from the local news, or say from Dolly Vision's perspective, or from Bullhorn Betty's perspective. Because the truth is, I feel like a lot of it was getting lost in the sauce with all of the yelling, and it just felt very combative. And I wanted to bring something else to the table. I wanted to present just something calmer. I wanted to present the Mallory Williams perspective. It was really that simple. And that's what I went there to do. And I feel like I accomplished that. Even though there was a lot of people on the scene, we were all able to bring our own unique perspective. And that was my goal.
And that's something that BJ always said. And we got Gator Girl in here, so that probably means that sisters listening, my big sisters are listening. Hi, Gator Girl, love you.
Hey, Gator Girl.
Always thinking about you. Now, you know, and BJ, like, I was angry. I was also angry. BJ got some not so nice messages from me, just like it originally started with Dawn. I don't go in and start kissing butts, to get people to talk to me. I said, this is a baby boy. People are angry, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of started that dialogue. And one thing that BJ responded to me then was, I'm mad too. And I understand that everyone is mad. And I love everybody for feeling these emotions too. But I'm mad too, So she understood. And if people just acted a little bit differently, I mean, she would have been bringing out people lemonade and sandwiches and stuff,
Or I really wanted a cold drink. I stand by that. I really did want a cold drink. It's really unfortunate because, I was on the wrong side of the fence, but quite literally the wrong side of the fence. But, when you're standing out there amongst, the masses, it's unfortunate, but, it is what it is, but boy, I would have loved what I wouldn't have given to be what I wouldn't have given to have a genuine conversation with both of them. At that time,
it's not too late. Yep.
At the time, or even, and I would, I would still like to have a conversation, but in that moment, when you're just part of the hoopla, it is, unfortunately, you don't have that opportunity to really stand out as anything different, or have the potential, to be seen as anything different. But
it ruined it for the rest of y'all who would have went in there and had a deep conversation. Absolutely. Yep. Let's pull up this article. I'll turn my camera right back on in a second here. Oh wait, that was not sharing. There we go. Okay, so we got share that. Okay, so this is one of the newer articles. We can play that.
J-Taster presents The Joker.
Two termites walk into a bar. One of them says, "Is the bartender here?"
Termites are no joke because they can cause...
Oh, we're going to give them the whole ad.
Let's
okay.
Give termites the royal flush.
Oh, now that's not even funny.
In an undisclosed location outside of Chatham County and reminded the court that Simon has no felony history. But Judge Stokes wasn't convinced.
The court will deny bond based on the risk that she would commit a felony while on bond, and there is risk of flight as well.
Simon waived a formal reading of the charges against her, but her lawyers want to have murder charges thrown out. Her attorney said in a filing Monday the grand jury wasn't presented with enough information to make an informed decision. The next step is another motions hearing to learn whether or not this indictment will stand. We'll keep you posted on air and online with the latest. For now, in Savanah, Andy Cole, WJCL 22 News.
Okay, so I'm not sure. Everyone's probably good. No bail, right? And I'm gonna be honest. I think that's probably a good thing. And why I say that is because I know how hard that was for everybody under that roof. Like I said, I'm going to be careful, but if you remember what I said back in the day, like it for everybody's peace of mind, including Billy Joe's, it's safest for everybody to not be under one roof, even while the law is figuring out if that makes sense.
So for the sake that she has no other place to go, should she get bail? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and so that means she would be probably back with mom. And again, people were like, oh, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Now you have to put yourself in a situation that this is your daughter, but yes, that's your grandson. In her heart is now in a forever war with her head, her heart, and stuff, right? So yeah, it's not wise for her to be out, because in all honesty, and I'm pretty sure she will not be upset at me for feeling like it, for Billy Joe's own state of mind, it's good for that to stay separate, stay where she is, continue being healthy, and you know, that's my opinion. And people can think, well, what the heck, isn't Billy Joe your friend? That's my friend, but I am allowed to say, because of what I've witnessed, that I don't think it would be mentally safe for them to be under the same roof again. That was really hard for me to watch Billy and watch her continuously ask, like, can you come and pick her up? Because I'm going crazy. Like, come and pick her up, you know?
Let me ask you this. Can we talk about any similarity between this and Casey Anthony at all? In the regard that Casey Anthony was also arrested and with no bond until trial, of course, and the fact that she was charged with murder on a case that they could not determine the cause of death. And this would be a similar situation where there's no cause of death, so therefore, but she's still being charged with murder, even though you can't really. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now they're going to have to prove how that there was actually a murder in charge involved, as opposed to just a dumping of a body, discarding a body, so to speak. So what are your concerns here? And you think that this trial is going to play out in a similar fashion?
It's been interesting watching. Really quick, sister, love you, cutting candy boobs. Lisa, everyone coming in, we're not ignoring you, just kind of conversating. It's one of our first conversations, so I'll watch the chat in a minute, but I want to continue this. Okay, so yeah, I think it's similar. From recent, what the attorneys are trying to do, it does seem very similar. Do I think that's right? I mean, for me, and with, you know, well, you know, my experiences with the family and what I've been told and learned, I do think it's fair, because I think people still think, well, the law just says it's all Leilani. Leilani is only suspect, but unfortunately, it wasn't just Leilani there at that time. I can't fully wipe away Danny Youngkin. I can't.
Right. So this is where the manner and cause of death would be very important, though.
Very important.
And when you can't, I mean, obviously, you know, and sadly so, when he's especially specifically such a small child, in those kind of conditions for a period of time, just very much like Casey Anthony, out there in the elements for a period of time. it's in Florida, submerged in. You understand? I'm not trying to get graphic, but
No, I get it.
we understand what happened. Well, one in Florida, one in Georgia. It's going to be very tricky, and I'm interested to see how this plays out. And then if she should,
say that all the time. Never take a charge for a man, Leilani, and remember her reaction, right?
Yeah,
I won't.
and should this be another verdict, anything like Casey Anthony, she's going to be forever labeled a child murderer, and by court of public opinion, and
right.
This is just.
And that matters. It doesn't matter, like you said, court of public opinion. Like, so Casey Anthony's free today, but we all walking the globe think she's not guilty, right? So does being innocent through court when the whole world is gonna just say you're guilty, is that really, is that anything? That gets to me too, like, why? Because to me, that it's really no different, right? If you're going to go live your life, you're still not going to get hired at a job probably because this person saw your story, and you know what I mean?
And they're trying to run business, and they don't need the buzz. They don't need that kind of distraction.
Distraction, exactly.
Exactly, yes.
I think D needs to be looked at. Danny needs to be looked more at, and perhaps they are. I do know he had to get hauled in more times than Leilani, but sometimes they have to make a deal with the devil to bring the justice to a case, which ain't right either, but they do. Let's see what there was another article. So when you're there in Savanah, and this is all, it's all happening live, you're there, and
mind you, for the audience out there, I was there for one day, and that was always my intentions, to go one day, and let me tell you why. I had no intentions of camping out in front of that house. I thought whatever I wanted to do, whatever perspective I could show, only required me to do so one day. And that was it. So just to be clear, I was not one of those ones that planned on protesting. I don't consider what I did a protest. I had nothing to protest.
Okay.
So just to be clear, go ahead.
Okay. No, I didn't like he ran either, Will, and I got the picture of him doing, picture of him with the family. You run, right? And you're going to put all this on your daughter's mother. But if these people are so dangerous, you just took off and ran your baby there with them, which is always weird to me. We won't get too much into the babysitter tonight, but the babysitter also being very, very, very weird and shady with Danny. Very weird.
Someone just said, and they removed the comment, but somebody just said, I watched that video of you and their disgusting actions. I would say you probably watched the wrong video, or I would suggest watching other people's actions before you make that comment. I assure you, my actions were mild and tame.
They really were, and I did go through that. I knew people were going to say that. Oh, Cher, why are you talking to this? I knew you were going to. I rewatched it. Because here's the thing, even if it was a video that, it was bad, and she was just as bad as Molly or Justice for All or Dolly, okay? That's the past. Even if it was that bad, she's saying now, we're hearing Mallory say, like, wow, as she's going back and editing everything that she's been doing for this group that she's an OG of, I'm learning, she's like, this is not a good look, you guys. No, like what we're doing, we are a menace.
Yeah,
this
I can see to that as I was editing the teaser reel for that, that we'll call it a documentary, the documentary that was trying to be marketed for that project. I was very clear to Molly, and I said, there's no way that this can possibly be edited. No way at all that we don't come across looking like a menace. And that's just the truth of it. It's the truth of it.
That's
I
growth.
I
That's
don't
growth,
like
you
to look like
guys.
a menace, even, because I know that was not my intent to be a menace. But at the end of the day, we just appear to be here, let me rephrase it. Anybody, a neutral party who doesn't know what was going on, who really doesn't know the full intentions or when they look at this, they're going to be very confused listening to what we're saying and then looking at the actions. It just looks and sounds menacing. That's
Mhm.
just as clear. That's just as the person who edited the video every which way from Sunday to try to get what a flattering result that would sell. That was it. It was unsellable. And that was my opinion to Molly. This is it. Good luck.
So she was trying to pimp that out for a documentary, and then she went to Vinny right away.
No, she didn't go to Vinny. What had happened was when it was before it was actually fully declined or just lost interest in, the person that she was marketing, who was gonna we'll call her the liaison. The liaison who was taking it to these production companies, she said the people she presented it to said it was a little confusing, and it would probably do better if it was if they had uh, a, a a newscaster or a news personality attached to the project. And that's when she went to Vinnie Politan. And she claims that she texted him and hey, you want to be in a documentary? And he texted back, sure, loosely. And then she went back to the liaison and said, we've got somebody. Now, does that sound like a deal? Does that sound like a rock solid deal? No, it doesn't. But this is old Malls, the smartest person in the room. Now, of course it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. Vinnie Politan is not going to be involved in that train wreck.
No.
Now, I know that. I know that as sure as I'm sitting here. But, she's a bag of wind. She doesn't get it. She's clueless in that regard.
Is she clueless, or do you think she just doesn't care? She thinks her big persona is
what
people want.
The problem is her biggest weakness of all is that she truly believes and seems to always will that she's the smartest person in the room. And therefore she's easy just to get taken advantage of. She's easy to knock off her pedestal, and she's easy to clown on, and she's easy to hoax. She's just easy in every, because the truth is she's never the smartest person in the room.
That's why she's got to be. She tries to be, but yeah, she always has to surround her. Like she's got an entourage everywhere she goes. Like she's something cool. Thank you, Cuckoo Bee. Thank you for hosting, Mallory. Oh, she's always welcome. Yeah, thank you for.
Thank you, Cuckoo. I love you. I love you, Cuckoo.
I want to pull up, if it's okay. These people are all about making money. Yeah, and that's my problem. Like Mallory said, she went there. She planned on going for a day. She did her day right. And we play it back now, and you can see she was not impressed with what's going on. And again,
and for the record, yes, I did plan on making money while I was there. Because when I take my show on the road, it's an extra special treat for my Howies, for my channel. When I leave the studio, I'm hemorrhaging money. It costs a lot of money. So even if I don't turn a profit, even if I do not turn a profit, which would be lovely, if there's ever time to make a profit, it would be when I leave my house and take the show on the road. That would be the time to really hit a home run. But I at least want to, I don't want to lose money is what I'm saying. I don't want to come back in the hole. I at least want to break even. So if I can at least bring in enough money to break even, because I want to be able to take these trips. I want to be able to take my audience on these adventures, because that's quality content when I go on the road and go on these adventures and give people different perspectives. I don't apologize for taking my people on these adventures and getting donations.
You
So
are
yes,
not
Garland, it's all about the money.
reaching through, and you're not, reaching your hand through the vertical, their virtual camera, stealing their purses, holding a gun to the head till they
Yes.
pay you. You're not doing that. And it does.
No.
It
And you
costs
have to
money to travel
understand.
around.
Yes,
And
Sharon.
that's what the people want too, by
And
the
I have
way.
to remind people that most people, the high majority, don't give me $1, and they still get the same show for absolutely free. Absolutely free. And I'm happy to give them the show. It's a very small percentage that feel enough or are able enough to support my show financially. And they support it for everybody that either can't or won't, not in the position to. So all the people that typically are complaining are usually the ones who have never or absolutely refused to give me $1.
Yeah.
So they're complaining about people who are doing whatever they like with their money and choosing to support my show. So, there's that.
Now, if it's okay, because we've started texting now, I think that, you kind of got this stigma on you now, probably because of the group and doing that. And I, from even just texting today, you don't like that. You don't want to be a tragedy pimp, but the realness of it is it takes money, and we do have a following of people all the time. When you're ready to go to Savanah and it's your time to be there, tell me. I want to make sure that you're safe. If you need a hotel, okay, you're staying with Bully Joe. Well, if it comes to a point you need a hotel, you just call me. We'll get you a hotel. We have those people. That's not because we're over there twisting people's arms.
Right.
Most
It's
of
called a
us,
support system.
we have a good support system. We have people that truly do care about our safety, our well-being, and they're not being forced to. There perhaps is a jealousy that comes with that. But to go on the road, it costs some money. Just the gas there. You have to eat something.
Yes.
Sometimes like
Everything.
it
That's
all
what I said.
costs.
When you walk out the door, start the clock down, because you're literally hemorrhaging money. From the moment you walk out that door, life is nickeling and diming you. We've all
But
been there. Nickel
I
and
don't
diming you
see
the
you
whole way
trying to
until
be
you walk back
so.
in.
You are the least of, I'll say, like the greed. You always like, oh, I have this goal, but let's be realistic. Let's say it costs Mallory $500 to go do this thing, but her followers are like, yes, go do this thing. Okay, I need the $500 to do this thing, right? So you're bringing them to entertainment. Your people are funding, but at the same time, you're not out there like Bullhorn Betty. I could stand outside this house for a month and not say a single damn word and just be making bank. That to
I've
me
got to
is very
interrupt you for a
different.
minute, and I apologize.
Nope,
But I'm
that's
looking
okay.
at you in the camera, girl, and you look absolutely fierce.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Girl, you look good.
I can't wait for my fangs.
Okay, go ahead. I just had to get that out.
Thank you so much, and so do you. Every shirt
Well,
you wear, I'm
listen,
gonna get that shirt.
you're nailing it tonight.
Thank you. I had to get dolled up tonight. It's like I'm going on a virtual date with Mallory Williams. Do my makeup, girls.
I'm
But
feeling it, girl. I'm feeling it.
how do you feel, Mallory, if it's okay? Like, so, because it's easy to get caught up in the kerfuffle of things, and you don't even know you're caught up in it sometimes, right? Because I'm guilty of that. Now that you kind of know, and I know you're standing back and you're taking a look and you're like, yeah, I do not want, I need to not be a tragedy pimp. Is there things now that you will do? How will you go about differently now? Because one thing that I don't think people understand either is the true crime thing. And then you, Mallory Williams, the House of Williams, I heard you say is that it's a persona. It's a YouTube for our entertainment persona.
And that will stay intact. My larger than life personality, listen, that's who I am on YouTube, right?
And I
And
think that's okay. Yeah.
a lot of the way I think is just it's innate in me. It's who I am. Everybody has their moral compass. And aside from me saying, listen, you know what I'm going to do differently? Here's my promise. I thought long and hard about it. Never will I ever lie and say that I'm having lunch with my mother when I know full well that I'm not going to do it. There you go. I'm never going to walk into any facility and say I'm having lunch with my mother when in fact I know that not to be the truth. It's never going to happen again, right? Never happen again. And for example, I don't make it a habit of going to children's hospitals. In fact,
Right.
I've only been to one children's hospital in my entire life. So I don't know. It's probably going to be a very long time before I visit another children's hospital, if ever. So there's that. I don't think I'm going to make a habit of going around to children's hospital like Santa Claus, or any other occasion. So there's that. You're probably not going to tune in and see that anytime soon.
Yeah.
So going
Now,
forward, you're probably going to get a lot of the same personality that you always have. You never know where I'm going to pop up, and that's part of the fun and interest and intrigue of the House of Williams.
yeah, and that's yeah, there's a calling for that. Thank you, True Love Has Pause. Yeah, I agree. So when I heard that, now here's where, because people share what about her in the children's hospital. I was gonna do a live and go through it and say it, but I'll just say it here. That is the only part I didn't like. Oh well, shit, you're gonna lie and say you're meeting your mom. Only part. Now for me, yeah, I kind of already knew you can't have cameras in there, whatever. But now that was all washed away because I can understand. I watched the Molly Golightly raise one time, one fundraiser I caught. She was singing, dancing. I think she raised about 50 grand. Now, love her or hate her, what I always say is you give credit where credit's due.
You
When
do,
I
and
dislike
she
her,
has
that's a
over
lot of
time.
money.
She has raised a
A
significant amount
lot
of
of
money
money.
chair
Yeah.
dancing. She has.
Yep. Yep. And so I see that it's fair. Like, you want to see that. You people, where's the money going to? Like, I understand that now. However, everything else that play out after that, that was not okay. I'm so glad you recorded that. I don't know how people think that's right. In my honest opinion, the one thing did not have anything to do with each other. It was a mess. And so yeah, so I understood why you would want to go there. Perhaps it wouldn't be for me, but you know what? I don't think perhaps it's for you again either, but you
Yeah.
learned. You did that, learned, okay, well, it's moving on now,
Yeah.
better
I tend to move
content.
forward. I'm not a person that stands in one place for very long. If there's a lesson to be learned, I acknowledge there's a lesson to be learned, and I'm a self problem solver. I'm not one that needs to be taken by the hand and taught lessons, on the chalkboard of life. I'm a self problem solver. It's just the way it is. And I move forward in life, and I travel my path, and that's just it, like most people. And some people choose to look backwards, and some people choose to walk backwards, and some people I look back and they're still standing way back in the distance 7-8 years ago. And I just look back and I'm like, Jesus, you poor saps, but I'm like, that's their choice. And
Yeah.
I'm in 2023. In fact, I'm in March 2023. I'm not back in Memphis. I'm well beyond Memphis.
Mhm. So a little bit I want to get into what was the appealing, what drew your attention? You said, oh, okay, heels on the ground. Here, and really, really quick, you guys, there's not a lot like that I can say really. Okay, Leilani Simon, bail, no bail. They are trying to drop some charges, right? But if it's a law, and I'm against wrongful charges, we need to have faith that the justice system is doing what they're doing. Don't get your pennies in a wad yet, but just be patient. And I promise you, there's going to be a day where you hear me and Billy roaring. I still very much, check in what's going on, but it's not over with yet. We got to be careful. So like I said, I know that I'd love for you to have a conversation with her privately, and then us chat, and you'll see a whole different, I think you'll be like, oh my gosh, like, what did these people do to this poor woman? So, but
Well,
now go
before
ahead.
we go too much further into heels or any of that, honest to goodness, how is
Yeah.
Billy coping? Like, share with us that. I mean, how has she been doing? I mean, has she opened up to you? Has she shared with you? And what was it like? Did she encounter any protesters when she recently went to court to support Leilani? Was Leilani know she was there? Can you
She
share any of that?
she stayed out of the way. She knew there was going to be, you know, certain people there, and they were, but they aren't allowed to record the Quinton's loved ones. So grandma and grandpa, you know, Billy Joel, they're not allowed to record her. So people are saying, well, she wasn't there. Da, da, da. She might not have been there where you can see, but she's absolutely, you know, following it. She's coping. Every day is different. It's very hard for her, you know. So one day maybe she can be doing a little bit better, but then maybe one day she gets a call, hey, can you come drop this off at the attorney's office? And then that, you know, here we go. And it's so hard for her. She's really in a position you don't wish probably on your enemy even, or I
Right.
would, because it is Mallory, it's like seeing her face even when she's talking, she's like, I'm good. Like, no, you don't have to tell me you're good. Like, I know you're not good. I can
Well,
hear
that's why I
you
use the term
crying.
coping, because it is a situation that you literally have to cope with, because there's no way that you could be good, because on one, you don't longer have your grandchild,
Yeah.
and then you no longer have your daughter. This is definitely a coping situation,
Yeah.
you know.
She's doing the best she can. She sometimes doesn't think she's doing it well, but from some of us looking on the outside in, she's one hell of a woman.
Does she have somebody in her life?
Yes. Gator Girl's her bestie. She's always there. She's got there is some rumors. I want to just say that people are saying Billy's homeless. They've been catching her living out of a camper on some other lawn. That's not true, you guys. Please knock that shit off. She does not need that. Dolly, shame on you. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. No, it's ridiculous. She doesn't need any of that. So yeah, she's got some things that she's doing to occupy her time, her brain, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a hard one. It's hard to even hear her sometimes, talk to her, see her. Can you give me just 90 seconds? I want to see maybe if I give her a call just to say, hey, people love you, just to say hi.
Sure.
I don't want to do it if she's not.
Well,
Okay.
tell her she's being thought about.
Definitely. I'm going to mute for just 1 second, just in case.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Who's Dolly Boy? Who is Dolly Boy?
Dolly Vision.
Oh, that's Dolly. Oh, I'm just reading some of the chat while you're doing your thing, okay? They should be enforcing proper media passes instead of allowing them to present their own. Listen, I would suspect that, you know, in today's time, that's probably a very wide net. And I'm not sure with freedom of press, I don't know how they're going to really police that. I don't know going forward. How do you police that, and how do you start to say who can be part? You know, who can be part of press and who can't. That I think eventually that's going to work its way through the court system and probably very high up as time goes on. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Somebody says that's a muddy situation. I agree. That's going to have to be worked out, probably all the way up to the Supreme Court one day. Oh, goodness to gracious. Somebody says very true, very true. I know at courts you have to present credentials and get the proper documentation.
Yes.
Okay.
Certain so I can't remember the production he's with, but Brett Brett Buffington is okayed in there. And I think there's 2 other media. So the real media. So Bullhorn Betty is not media. She is not allowed to be recording. And if I ever catch that she's got the family on recording, I have writing from BJ that puts me in charge of being able to delete and report people. So try me. Yeah. Do you have any I'm trying to think some good questions. I did give her a call. I will pass on the love to her. Probably best if she doesn't come on, to be quite honest, because we don't want to BJ, she'll say it all because she's an open book, and sometimes that will get her in trouble right now with an ongoing investigation.
Oh, LV, no, I didn't get a complimentary media pass.
We should make one. We need a bedazzled one. I want a bedazzled one. Okay.
That's all I need is the fake media pass to get me in trouble.
Can I ask you
Yes.
some heels on the ground stuff?
Sure, go ahead.
Because you've been doing a great job exposing on. Make sure you're sub to her channel. Listen to what she's got to say. Now, what drew you to that organization? Like, yeah, what drew you to it? And second part of that is, what did you think that you could offer that organization?
Well, I had a very strong passion for saving the children and saving the world. And no, okay, listen, it was obviously, you kind of are the people you run with, and when you're running with people, you kind of, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Listen, let me just start from the very beginning.
It's like me and Benny again. So like me and Benny and them teaming up. You kind of get like with likeness, and then it's too much.
Let's go back to, what was it, the Cash Gurnan case?
Okay, that's a case I know of, but I didn't follow that one a lot. But
well, okay. Molly was covering that case back in the day, her and the Tiffany lady, right?
Okay.
The original Ditch Pig. Listen, So here's the deal. I told Molly, listen, because Molly went from being mildly entertaining and fun to covering that, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell is this? And I'm like, listen, you're probably not going to see much of me in your side chat anymore, because I'm not into this shit. Like, this is going to make me cut my wrist. I mean, this is depressing. These dead kids. Listen, this is not fun for me, Marissa. This isn't fun for me, right? So that was way back then. And then what happened? Well, what happened is, after this kept going on and on, it just wasn't Marissa all of a sudden. It was this person and that person and this person. And, and here comes Summer Wells, this little blonde girl, right? Holy bejesus. It was everybody. It was everywhere. Mm-hmm. And suddenly, I'm in business over here. If I better get with the program. The abridged version is, Miss Williams, you better get with the program. Listen, you better get with the program. Mm-hmm. You better get with the program. So I got with the program, and I started reading about the children and reading about the missing kids and familiarizing myself, because that's what my audience wanted. Mm-hmm. You listen. If your audience has an appetite for something, you better damn well get with the program.
Yep.
And that's just how it went. And before you know it, you're with the program. You're familiar with the true crime cases. You're familiar with everything that your comrades are familiar with and your audience is familiar with. And, before you know it, you are a member of Heels on the ground. And that's just, in a nutshell, that's how it happens. We obviously skipped a lot of steps to get there, but we only got one show, right? Go watch my channel. If you want all the details, go sub up to House of Williams. Yes. There's a lot of video, right, that'll fill in blanks for you.
Corky, welcome to the crazy train. Choo choo. Thank you so much for becoming a member. There's no exits unless you just enter your card in there and decline it, but please don't do that. Thank you. Wow, I wanted to pull something up here. It's a little bit of you outside of Savanah there.
Okay.
Because I just want to point out something. Okay, let me share. I'm just terrible. Okay, here we go.
And by the way, welcome everybody in the side chat. Can you put a 3 in the side chat if you're enjoying the show tonight?
Yes.
Listen, let us see some 3s if you're enjoying tonight's programming. Welcome everybody out there who's lurking and just taking it in.
Yeah.
Maybe
Hey,
you're out
haters.
there, just chilling out there, just listening. Welcome. Thank you
Lots of
for
3s if you want to keep seeing us together, because she gives good energy. Like even before the show starts, I'm like,
Yeah,
give
you
good
never know.
energy.
You never know. Listen, we're having a good time here. We can do it again. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
Set to work
Your
earn
place
$400.
next.
You could wash 10 cars at $40 a car.
Much speeding here.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so here she is, not screaming at the house. Just, I am going to do a little looking beautiful as usual. What was that about? Let's
drive onto this road into this neighborhood. But yeah, when I pulled up, listen, if not for these people just sitting out front, you would have easily just drove right by this house, because
It's true.
Just there's nothing about this neighborhood. Like I was, if you caught me on Bullhorn Betty's briefly, I stopped over there to say hi. It is very much like when you see these people arrested for these most horrific things, on whether they be a school shooter, whether they be
So if everyone wasn't out there with their lawn chair, it's just an ordinary house. You just drive about, going about your day.
It's true. It was a very unassuming home, a very calm neighborhood. Otherwise, it was. I would have driven. I would have driven right past it. Oh my God, Cher, look, you got a very nice. Come on now, you got a really, somebody hooked you up in the side chat.
Oh my goodness. Oh, haters gonna hate. Yes, they are amazing. I'm not blue. It's all good. Been out of touch. I got my new phone. All of my mods, you will be blue because you throw too much money around here. You deserve the wrench, which is a really fucked up thing to say because you're paying me, but I'm going to make you work for me. But okay. Thank you so much. Happy to see you look great tonight. Thank you. The help of my daughters, because I had to bring it because I can't sit up on a screen next to this one and not do a little something with myself. So yes, I had to.
Not for nothing, it really is a beautiful home. Just putting it out there.
Billy Joe's home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Let's see here. Let's see her get all wild and crazy. Okay. Look at. So I'm fast forward.
All hell. But listen, the thing is, what I love that she thought I was worthy of Gucci. Do you know what I mean? I love that she feels I should have Gucci. I should be wearing Gucci because I know how much she values Gucci and those.
Okay, so again, I fast forward.
You can fast forward. That's just about the Gucci sunglasses.
She's not being crazy, but I wanted to stop for a minute because my boo is in here. Nana's love.
Thank you, Charm.
Mallory, this is Billy Joe right here, and the beautiful Quinton.
Is she here?
She is in the chat. But when she's in chat, we will not ask any case questions. No, nothing. Just show love and
welcome.
Yes. For the people that love to talk shit and say she dumped Cher. No, Cher's just being a good friend and keeping as much as possible off of the channel.
That is beautiful. That's just fine. But she's in the public chat, right?
Yes, she is. She's in the chat. She's Nana's
love. Can we do some twos for Billy, everybody, for joining the public chat?
And
please, some emojis and all the good stuff.
So yeah, so we'll fast forward a little more in here. Now, are they on this one here? Okay, here we go. Trigger warning, BJ, but we love you. We're trying to show the difference in how, somebody here was really, really wanting to egg Mallory on to be a lot like her.
Listen, Rogella, if you would have just hung in there for 10 more days.
Well, I would have. Listen, I would have died. She would have sold them. She would have sold them.
Yeah, I won't sell them. I won't sell them.
You know what? They
won't end
so
up
good on you.
Listen,
they look so good on you.
Like Mallory's priorities, huh?
And the man next door is going like this to me. She's going like this to me.
You look.
I see you.
I've got to guess.
Hey,
This
a
is-
baby
listen.
killer lived there, sir.
She's the one that
Wow.
gets all the details.
See, and that's another thing. I didn't shout out at one single passerby ever.
No.
Not one. It's just not my style. That's just something I wouldn't do, and not once would I have done that.
No. And yeah, you can.
I didn't harass anybody on the street. In fact, I tried to keep it cool. For a couple outbursts over there, I went over and tried to separate a situation, and I just would never do that. You know what? It's just not my style.
Oh shit! I can't read my chats. Ah. One second. Okay. 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 All right. So we can see what Molly Golightly's priorities are. Gucci. You're just talking, and yeah, you can hear what's being screamed in the background. You kind of hear it, and you keep talking. I'd like people to go back and watch, because what they're saying, oh, she was screaming this. I had to go back and watch, right? I had to. And no, I mean, she went there. Yes, she went there. She was with not good people, but that's the only mistake. She has a right to have her opinions and say her opinions. Mallory does. Okay. So, but no, it was nothing like the rest of those, I'm sorry, trash that was out there. And in fact, you can see it must have been hard, Mallory. How hard was that? Because it seems very high school, and they're like almost peer pressuring you to behave and act in that way.
Well, I have to be honest, and like I said, we might have talked about it beforehand. There was one moment in there where I had one regret, and it's where I was performing for the camera, and just before, and if you go back and watch my original video, which is still up, unedited, you can see that portion where I was yelling at the house, where I was going on about, we're here to keep the heat under your ass. We're here to keep the heat under the politician's ass. We're here, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And then I turned to the camera and I primped myself. You can hear Molly just before that little rant. She said something to the effect, because Olivia was recording us, and she said, okay. And she whispered something to the effect of basically lights, camera, action. She didn't say that. It was something to, she wanted me to perform for the camera. She wanted me to have action. She wanted me to, you know, action. She wanted me to, because she needed that bit. She needed that. She wanted that on camera. And I obliged in that moment for the camera. And that's probably my regret. That's probably my one regret, performing in that moment, because otherwise, I'm not a yeller. And I normally don't yell because I'm a trans woman and I don't like to yell. It's not flattering for me to yell. And that's one of the main reasons I don't yell. I don't like it. It takes me out of my comfort zone. And even when I was yelling there, I tried to be mindful. But, you know, it is what it is. But other than that, I just operate differently. And I was not going to let the way they were behaving and acting dictate how I acted, other than that one very moment of what I say was a performance in that one very moment, which,
Yeah. I could tell that. Watch back in some of the videos from when she's there. You can tell they wanted her to be one way, and she was, and it had to have been hard. But I noticed that, Mallory, and I think other people are going to notice that too. So I'm going to make a couple videos also pointing it out, because I don't think that it's fair they're doing that. Really quick, the girls wanted to say hi to Mallory and BJ.
Hi guys.
Hello, how are you, sweeties?
She said, how are you guys?
Good.
I'm looking down here at my monitor. I'm sorry, I should be looking up at you. I have another monitor down here. Hello.
Hi.
Did you help mommy with her makeup?
Yeah.
You did so good. She looks absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
Yep. I just wanted you to say hi. BJ was in the chat.
Bye.
And they said bye.
Did BJ leave us?
She's just staying silent.
Huh?
She's in there. She's in there. She's
Oh,
watching.
because I don't see her anymore.
She's just staying silent. Because I actually got a text. It was like, please don't acknowledge me, but I love you. And I'm like, oh, but then I read it after. She's like, no, you're okay. Because then you know what happens. People are going to go run. Oh, BJ's in the chat. And then
All right.
pound her with questions.
Well, okay. I just hope she's okay with us.
Yeah, she's okay. Yep. Everything's good. She thanks everybody for the love. And yeah, she, like I said, it's good to have you up here chit chatting with us. So,
Well, I just wanted to add, after that bit, that little mini performance that I did, that's why when I turned around after that mini performance, and I know a lot of people know exactly what I'm talking about, other people don't, I went right back into my normal self. And that's what I just started that weird, how do you go from that, we're here to put the heat under people's ass. We're here to, and then I'm just right back to my normal, what I was doing previous.
Yeah.
Mocking to the camera, playing to the camera, being silly. That's why I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Thank you, Sonia. We see you. I feel the same I feel like some get peer pressured. Yes. But she was stronger than that. She was just not having it, So which I think that's good to see, and I hope more people dig that out and see that. Now, yeah, okay.
Let me correct. I have to correct. Somebody. Somebody watched the video, and I watched their reaction to it, and I don't think I should name them right now because I can't remember exactly who it was, but someone thought they had figured out, it could have been Dolly, might have been Dolly Vision. I'm almost kind of sure, but we better not say I bank on it. Okay. So don't quote me. Okay. But they believed that we had that all planned out for the documentary. I certainly didn't. I might have not been clued in on it yet. Now, whether Marissa did or not, she very well could have. And maybe that's why she wanted me to perform for the cameras and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I mean, as far as I was concerned, they were collecting video for her YouTube channel or Olivia's, whatever Olivia had going on, because Olivia was filming it. Dolly was like, they all knew before they got there, and they all went there for photo ops. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, the reason that a lot of the footage took place in front of BJ's house in the final product is because I was a later addition to Heels in the Ground. And in order to make it look fluid, because I had to sell the fact, by the time it was done, there was only 3 members to Heels in the Ground. Us 3 girls. Myself, Betty, and Molly.
Okay.
That's why I opened with the 3 of us showing camaraderie in that black and white portion. 3 happy girls having camaraderie. And I closed it with the same type of footage. 3 happy girls having camaraderie. And I had to edit and give the illusion that we were in it to win it all the way through. So there wasn't a whole lot of footage of me within the group doing things. So a lot of it was I had to use the footage from Savanah in order to give that seamless, listen, because I'm really good at editing. Yeah, believe it or not. So the haters, you suck. Oh, bullshit. That was some good editing.
It was. I can see that you edited. I didn't know that before, but I see that now. Hi, Jay.
And that was the purpose, because anybody that looks at that who don't know any of us or the locations, they're going to assume that exactly what it was meant to do. 3 people that really get along and happen to be with one another that have had this history of doing it, whatever the hell we do together, acting like clowns, being menaced together, whatever it is we do it together. So that's what it was all about. It wasn't about we all knew something before it happened. I was only there one day, mind you, once again.
Yeah.
It had to be edited that way.
I want to pull up that video. Hi, everyone coming in. Cotton Candy, I love you, sis. I don't think I got to say hello properly. Hi, Amy. Happy Saturday night. Yes. You're glad the girls said hello? Yes. They love them some Mallory.
Aw.
We were listening to you while doing makeup. Yes, we love. Let's pull this up. You guys know I say that I hate some people, right? So even when I know people don't like me, I low-key love them and I watch them, and because they make me laugh. And the Mallory Williams, I'm getting it mixed up with saying the House of Williams at the same time. You were one of them. Like, I don't care if she's mad at me. She's funny.
Again, my Venmo and Cash App is in the description. And there's even been people popping a couple links here and there. So please, if you feel like throwing a little Instacash my way, I appreciate it.
I modded one of your head mods. Please feel free to drop. I see you're dropping mine, but this chat does not care. We're not like the others. Please drop co-hosts links in the description tonight as well. Thank you so much for the super chats that I've been getting over here. No doubt from probably Howie's.
And thank you, Howie's, for turning out to support Share tonight.
Thank
we
you.
Appreciate it.
I sure do. It's a good, I like a laid back night like this. I told Mallory, I said, I just feel like we'll flow nicely.
Oh, girl, the places I've been lately, trust me. Listen, this is a pleasure, honey. This is a relaxing moment.
I could talk to you all day. We
needed it.
definitely got more shows planned because we gotta go to your place next. I need myself one of those golden cups. So I'm in there. I'm holding up. I have this it's an all white cup, and on the bottom
we gotta get you in Starbucks. That's where it was from.
Oh, Starbucks. Okay.
Yeah, somebody 4 years ago or so, somebody that liked me for 5 minutes sent it to me. And I've been using it ever since. I'm like, listen, thanks for the cup. Adios. You know. I'm not, no shame here.
Hi, Charlie. Okay, let's pull this up for a minute. Hi, everyone coming in. Sorry, I haven't been really watching the chat. I've just been talking. I feel like Mallory's in my living room. It's kind of cool. Okay, let's pull this up. I want to kind of go over this because this is what Mallory's talking about. If you haven't seen it, they wanted her to. They wanted to make this TV show like Molly Golightly, the washed out reality star, right? And she's like, you can't have a record and be on TV. Yes, bitch, you can. All right. Yes, you can. Especially because Mallory doesn't really. What, Mallory? Do you have a record? I was watching your video, but do you want to say it here? Do you want to?
Let me first say this. What she was doing was attempting to blame me for the failure of that ridiculous documentary, as opposed to taking the blame for her nonsensical pilot. Okay?
Here.
Listen. I told her it was really unmarketable and she submitted it anyway. Okay, it is what it is. Now, the only record that I have on file is in 1993. People, 1993, me and a couple roommates were renting a home. We moved out of said home. The nephew of the neighbor, who happened to be, I'm going to say a crackhead. Now, he really wasn't a crackhead. I don't even know. But the nephew of the neighbor next door apparently went into the garage, removed a riding lawnmower that was always there, that was used to mow the yard in the house that we were renting. Removed it after we moved out, right? The landlord accused us of taking the lawnmower, and we got in trouble for it. Here's the thing. It never went in front of a judge, because before it could go in front of a judge, the idiot nephew attempted to pawn the lawnmower, and that's how he got busted with it, and we got let off the hook. So that's that's the Grand Theft Auto they're referring to, but it doesn't say Grand Theft Auto. It says Grand Theft. I was never charged with it. I never was. It's just ridiculous. So that's it. That was in 1993. I was like 22 years old. Nonsensical. And then what you're going to find is a shit ton of speeding ticket charges. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged.
Okay.
Guilty as charged. But having said that, I've not had a speeding ticket since 2008. I am reformed. I am rehabilitated. I've not had a speeding ticket since 2008. I now have safe driver on my ticket. So, I mean, on my driver's license. So, I have, that's it. That's what you're going to find, people. That's it.
Good night, sis. I love you so much. Thank you for swinging by. Mallory, you look very beautiful. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Thank you. I will text you tomorrow to check in, sis. Love you so much. Get some rest. That beautiful boy right there. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Well, there you guys have it. She didn't drop me like a bad habit, but whatever. Wow, Mallory, you just are a rebel. I was like, damn, she stole 54 cars. I like her even more.
Listen,
now.
I said I almost didn't want to argue the point, but because it really would have gave me some serious street cred. I mean, there was just something about Mallory Williams, the car booster, the Gone in 60 Seconds girl. I mean,
there you go.
It would have truly given me some street cred. Like, there would have been a whole new respect for the House of Williams. But at the end of the day, I didn't want to be really known as a felon. Can't vote. I mean, can't vote Mallory Williams.
Oh.
I vote every voting season, people. You know what I mean. I couldn't let it go down like that. I'm like, nah.
She said, you can't be on TV. I'm thinking every actor and actress I'm thinking right now has been to jail or prison about whatever.
Nah. I'm like, you ain't gonna put it on me that documentary didn't go through. I mean, what she's trying to say, people, is wait a minute. Not for nothing.
No, they're not car theft.
Your crazy ass can go on TV with your New Orleans nonsense and whatever else you got hiding up under your. Listen, girl. And Betty Butterfield over there, whatever. She can go on TV. She can go on TV. But House of Williams ain't fit for television. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
They called her Bullfrog Betty yesterday, and I was dead to the world, Mallory.
I mean, she's a nice lady. She was always pleasant to me. But I mean, the minute you say that she can go on television and I can't, we're gonna have a problem. We're having a problem.
All right. Let's pull up. This is Molly Golightly wanted Mallory to save her soul and make her look good, but so this was supposed to be for like a what you gonna call it, trial. What do they call that little intro? Not an intro, in Hollywood.
Wait,
like a pilot? A pilot, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, that thing I edited.
Yeah, is it?
It's a teaser. It's a teaser.
Okay. A teaser. Let's pull this up for you guys. If you haven't seen this, go to Molly's. Do not go to Molly's channel. Please go to Mallory's channel, which is not called Mallory. It's House of Williams. It's in the description. Mods, if you would throw it in the chat, please, as well as her Cash App and Venmo in the chat, please. It in the description. And check out all her stuff because she's been telling some big truths that I think is very, very important, from Molly Golightly's husband being a fraudulent person as well, and a lot. And I think it's important to see just what kind of human to her filthy, nasty core that will never change Molly is. She's not just racist. She's prejudiced. She's homophobic. And I take offense to that. I take offense. Now, I'm not transgender, but I have transgender friends. I get called transgender all the time because people think that's a burn. I say I'm a pretty man and girl then. But I'm bisexual. I have dated bisexual men. I have dated bisexual women.
Wow,
Gay
you just gave
women.
yourself some street cred.
Well, yeah, but like I support LGBTQ, and I'm sorry if there's more letters and numbers, but I mean, I'm a supporter.
Not
so
only does she support them, she's
Yeah.
actually part of the umbrella. I mean, just so we're clear.
Yeah, so I take offense if you're gonna try and burn like Mallory, you're burning me too, vice versa. I take offense. I think you guys all know, like, I have no problem bullying a bully, whether that's right or wrong. I don't care. God can judge me for that one. Okay. Let's play a little bit of this one here.
Before we play it, can I listen? Can somebody out there who might have a blue dress and familiar with my TikTok link, can we please encourage people to follow me on TikTok as well as share? We need our TikTok followers because listen. If somebody blows our channels up, listen. You never know. One day, you're gonna wish you could follow us somewhere. So you need to follow us on TikTok because that's that's what all the kids are doing these days, right?
I'm gonna need a guest room at the House of Williams. So
thank you, Dubs. Thank you, Dubs.
Uncle Will, good to see you. If you're driving, please drive safe. He's also got a really good channel. Another truther, just tell it like it is. He does
Dubs
not
just dropped the link to my TikTok, everybody, if you want to click it.
Yes, please do, and please do my TikTok as well. I want to be annoying people over there too. Let's pull up this pilot. Mallory tried her damnedest to edit to try and make Mallory look good. And is it on there? Hold on. How are we doing this? There we go.
You know, I don't know why she put herself.
Here we are. See, there's the three besties. We love each other.
You know, I'm on the right side of things. I don't mind sitting out here by myself.
She was screaming for some other rando person, and I was just like, oh, that's creepy.
Look at us.
She was
It's all
only
editing,
there to
babe.
spy on me.
Yeah. Run it
Oh, you look
if
so pretty
nobody
right there.
recognizes this face,
Yeah.
this is Mallory D. Williams.
Listen,
This is
we're so
House
happy.
of Williams.
Yeah.
You guys, yeah, I know, but if you guys haven't done up to her, you need to.
You were excited to be a part of something you thought was going to be very powerful. And
I mean, truth be told, in the moment, I was thrilled of the welcome I was given. They were making me feel part of something. So I really was feeling very welcomed in that moment. I wasn't feeling rejected and isolated. The truth is, that's a good feeling.
It is.
I had driven a long way. So when you drive a long way, the last thing you want to feel is rejected. So there's that.
Yeah.
Dude, she is freaking hilarious.
You look great, by the way.
Thank you. It's the lighting.
I know. I never thought we'd be around.
Okay, so heels on the ground.
Zadinsky, I'm known as Molly Golightly, YouTuber.
Go back to the hotel and do my hair and makeup and just call it a night. All right, Billy Joe, we're here. Honestly, I really want to take off after I say this.
Bye.
Billy Joe, they've already put out a statement that your daughter is the only person, the only suspect. Forget about person of interest. The only suspect.
So my name is Andra, and my YouTube channel is Bullhorn Betty.
We heard about the abuse. There's no way your family did not know that she was being abused inside that house. They knew.
We heard about her abuse too, didn't we? Just saying.
And you knew. And you guys didn't do a darn thing about it. Not one thing. You allowed him to abuse her, and now she's dead. Each and every one of you have blood on your hands.
I'm Mallory Williams. I have a YouTube channel, The House of Williams.
I was just seeing if somebody was coming with that tea yet, because Jesus to God. I mean, listen, I'm not rushing nobody. I'm not rushing anybody, but holy shit, I'd like a little something to drink. I'd like a little something to drink. Oh my goodness. I would bring Leilani something to drink.
And I just have a really, really bad feeling here.
Summer Wells was harmed
by somebody that was
a true crime YouTuber because I felt very passionate about the Me Too movement and how a lot of men were falsely being accused, and that
Get
kind of
out of
blossomed.
here. Meanwhile, you
Not gonna
team
lie,
up-
the lipstick is too much.
It's
For
too
this moment, the lipstick was just overkill. With
Her
that
boobs don't need to be hanging out of that thing that's 3 sizes too small either.
the whole thing was overkill. She looks like an accessory. She looks like a lamp. She looks like somebody could stand her over in the corner and stick a lead quarter up her ass.
Yes.
It got bigger with the Chris Watts case. I watch a lot of Nancy Grace and I watch a lot of true crime TV. And then I took my obsession with Nancy Grace out into the field and I ended up outside of Brian Laundrie's house. And that's how I met Bullhorn Betty.
So one of the first cases that brought me.
I'm just not, I mean, you know what? I could park a car right in that little dimple of hers right there. Is it a dimple? Whatever, a crater. I don't know. It looks like a parking lot.
Into the true crime genre. Heels is really the collaboration of some great creators to bring a story of a lost, missing, or dead person's case to light. We go to great lengths to make sure that not only are we bringing awareness to the case, but we're actually making a physical contribution to the case.
Heels on the Ground represents voices.
Represents voices. No, but like, okay, here you are, looking nice, earrings, hair up. You got a
And I stand by my curls. I love my
Titties
curls.
not hanging out. Professional.
I love my curls.
I do also. You are not in blackface. Don't worry about that. Like, that's another whole story, folks. But yes, you look beautiful with the curls. I'm jealous, but you are the most professional looking one here. Frickin' Bullhorn Betty thinks she's getting asked to the senior prom or something. I don't know what's going on there. And then Molly Golightly's like shopping at Forever 21 in her head.
Voices for people that otherwise would not have a voice, and most of them are small children. So many children are lacking the voice just in general. But when they become missing, right? So often the parents they're not into the position. They don't have the mental capacity.
Okay, so there's a dispute apparently where you can light a candle. They're talking about. There's obviously a vigil over here for the cameras.
Okay, Mary, that's it. Forward it out there on the candle.
Okay, we have somebody coming out here on the property.
I always knew I wanted to help people.
So what I noticed there too, everyone's hounding that cop off, the cop officer, the car there, and it's back and forth. Just listen to the cop, okay, and let it go. Like, leave this thing be peaceful. Don't be going back with the cop being annoying.
Right.
Meanwhile,
Exactly.
Mallory is continuing to do her thing, and she stepped back from that. Okay, so notice that too. I noticed that, Mallory.
I wasn't trying to go to
Thank you.
jail in Memphis or wherever the hell I was, Savannah.
Yeah. You're not. I don't see you as being as meddling. You're not meddling. In fact, if anyone is peaceful protesting,
I don't approach
it was
cops.
you.
They tend to approach me.
Yeah. But okay, so what did that group like? I'd have to say, yeah, thank you for peacefully protesting and not taking up law enforcement times in a real dire need right then. So thank you. I don't think that you've been only bashed for what you did, but thank you for what you didn't do.
Well, I felt truly so bad for these victims that never got justice. I wanted to help some way, and being a YouTuber wasn't enough. Reporting, I just felt like it wasn't enough. And then when I was outside of Brian Laundrie's house,
and for what you did as well, you know what I mean.
And we were hollering at these houses, pleading with these people, please come out and give answers to the press and give answers and give these families, the Petito family, answers.
And that as long as the passion is there, I can do this forever. There's a segment of the population that likes to attack people and attack people like us that go out here and do this work.
and there is
Hold on.
yeah, that's
Kim,
the crime.
Kim Watts, I assure you it wasn't the lights. Go ahead.
What'd she say?
She said she's been a professional cosmetologist for 15 years, and she's sure it was the lights. It wasn't the lights, Kim. I was there. I've been a professional colorist for over 20 years. It wasn't the lights. Go ahead.
Concentrate. You do not have to be that so.
No, I'm just
Oh, really? Oh, shut up, Andra.
He just did it to me.
I need you to go back to
No, we were over here. You walked over here.
But sometimes that does get into your head a little bit. Does it stop me? Have I given up? Of course not. Have I thought about it? Of course I have.
And then you cut to her phone starts ringing. If you remember, and that's me. Get your ass in that house.
We get to go out in these communities with the people, and we get to navigate all of these different personalities and all the politics and listen, all of the city ordinances, everything involved.
Okay, I like what you're saying in your confessional time where, Molly's about making it just, I don't even I can't even tell you what she said, to be honest, because her tits are hanging out. You can't take her seriously. Andra, same damn thing. I like what you want to get in there. You want to talk to these families. You want to, where can you help? Whether there's right or wrong, but you want to help the town. You get the townspeople and the politics of it, and where can you help? What can you do? Just here.
We just had different messaging, and knowing this thing was going to be shopped around, we just had different messaging that we wanted to communicate to the people that were going to be looking at it. Mm-hmm. And it is what it is.
Yeah, I like your messaging. If people actually listen to it, I like it.
All of it, the news media, all the emotions involved, and our people, our supporters are right there with us to take that ride.
Was put here in honor of Quinton, and when you see a balloon that hadn't been here all that long, that is really deflated prematurely.
That's on her hair.
But she wants to come here to disrupt. So let's just say
I
hi.
don't know what that is. The one that I seen,
Poor,
the very first
just
one.
Andra screaming in the background.
It's called Lies.
There's a baby.
Leilani's running that house. They said she's in rehab.
So that little baby,
But they said she's getting
too
help
soon.
from that.
And so you can't forget that.
Are you crying?
Oh my God.
Are you
No, I'm okay. I'm just trying to, it was just sometimes it just kind of hits you when you're just thinking about it.
Yes.
And going on these trips.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, Mallory? I can see that you had good intentions there. I can see your heart right there. I can.
Well, like I said, I know why I went there. People can, come for me, come at me. I'm not saying I'm Mother Teresa. Listen, I'm a YouTuber. I have an audience, and but when you're there on the scene, it's a real moment. It's a real happening. And it's different when you're literally there and and you really have a suspicion of what took place in that house. And I'm telling you, something as simple as one single deflated balloon on a fence of it was just, you see all these balloons, and within those balloons, there's literally one deflated balloon, and the goddamn thing got to me because it resonated with me. And, I'm human.
Right, Trulia. She had the right intentions, just wrong crowd. Yeah, you could see that there. Yeah. Big Mouth Betty crying out about money and the spent. Yeah, right, Uncle Will? Yeah. No. Hi,
Yeah, at the end of the day, doing missions with them, it's just not conducive because I know that they would not be willing to change their tactics and to we're just so polar opposites. We're just so different. We're just too different. Here's the thing. What I'm saying is, if ever I go out on the scene again, I just want to do things differently than they would do it. Just do things differently. And it's not to go out there and be a menace. I don't want to be menacing. I don't want to be confused for menacing. Now, people can call me tragedy pimp all day long, the haters, just because I would dare show up on scene. That's their problem, if that's the case. If I ever choose to go and cover a story somewhere or give my own perspective somewhere, some people are just going to do that just to do that. At the end of the day, some people are always going to have a they problem rather than I problem. And I just figure if I do things for the right reasons and I cover things in my own way that I feel is respectful and decent, and my viewers are happy and content with me, then at the end of the day, that's and no one is getting hurt. No one feels betrayed or hurt on scene. I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
That's a job well done then. And you know what? You're human at the end of the day, just like I have been through my shit. And you know why I reached out again? Because you're owning your shit too. You could be just like the others and what? No, not me. Like, just deflect, never me. You're like, I fucked up and I don't want to be like that. And now even watching back and you're saying like we aren't behaving well. And so it was a matter of time before you were pushed out because they didn't want to hear that, quite honestly.
Right.
And you want to do better. They don't. So sometimes the people just come to your life for a moment and it's to teach you a lesson so that you can take that and then you become a better and stronger Mallory at the end of the day, which is what I think you were blessed with. So
yeah, like I said, even doing things with you and the way that you operate, I think our personalities, in so many ways, we have similar. How do I say? People respond to us in similar fashions. We seem to have the same effect on people in many ways.
They love us or they hate us.
It's kind of like that. We kind of mesh pretty. We mesh well. We've talked behind the scenes. It feels pretty fluid. So. I think we know enough about each other just from watching each other's content and such. So I like to be able to collaborate with other people as well. So the fact that there's just nice possibilities that you and I can do some things together. So
well, I'm glad that with whatever some people were like, oh, Mallory didn't like you, or didn't you have Mallory and I. YouTube beef, or when it wasn't never serious, and that's only honestly not anyone's business but for me and Mallory if there was a beef or not. But I mean, clearly there wasn't nothing that was serious ever.
It came down to you were on one side of the fence literally and I was on the other side of the fence literally. And in the world of YouTube, when people are sparring and you're trying to do your thing and not for nothing, but when you're out there and you're trying to tell the story and get the perspective. Obviously, I said earlier, I would have loved to have gotten the perspective so much from Leilani, right, and Billy, what I wouldn't have done to have that moment to get that perspective. And of course, Cher had that perspective with them, and I was stuck on the other side of the fence. Come on, people. Of course, there's going to be a little competition in that moment. And honest YouTubers are going to have these conversations with you.
And for me, I don't think, and this is why I grow much slower, but it shouldn't be a competition ever when it comes to a case. And if you go back and look at my stuff, Mallory, even with Dawn Wells, which I can't wait to do some discussing with you on that as well. I never had Dawn Wells to myself. I always brought people in because I always wanted to it's always about putting heads together. I don't think that I can help solve any one thing, just me, share alone. And if you go back and look at anytime I touch a case, I never do it alone. I always want a team of people with me.
And I agree, Cher, and that's where I was with Molly. I could not press upon her enough that is strong a character as I think I am. I know I am, especially in front of the camera, right? And is magnetic as I am, right? And so too is she to some extent, right? I try to press upon her that even though we're both strong in our own right, we would always be stronger together than we would apart. And she just couldn't grasp it because she's the type, again, thinking she's the smartest and strongest person in the room, she would believe that she's stronger without a partner, stronger with, no matter how strong and capable I would be or anybody else. She would strap herself with a weaker player, somebody that's not even in her league. She'd assume strap herself with an albatross rather than an equal or somebody stronger than her, because that's just how she flows.
Just feed her ego, because that comes along with how high she is on the narcissism spectrum.
And what she did is when we were in, I told her when we were in Pennsylvania and people were throwing money at us left and right, you would think if nothing else, money would rue the moment. My people were throwing money left and right at her. Listen, you think that would get somebody's attention, especially when you're a broke bitch like she is and, surviving off credit cards every day of the week, robbing Peter, pay Paul, because that's how she lives her lifestyle, right? Listen, you got my people coming in and throwing you money and everybody in the sun saying, we love you two together. You love you two together. Cher, you know how to do business. What does that tell you? Well, you better start planning to do stuff together because you want to play off that momentum. And if you got something that's working, you better strike while the iron's hot. But what does she do? I get back to town and she starts, come on, Justin. She starts, are you kidding me? This is your answer I'm like, girl, good luck. And it was really, that was just one thing. I mean, that was like, listen, I can't work with you. I can't do business with you, first of all. And then on top of that, you're making crude remarks about my genitals, all of this stuff, and all in good timing, on top of just the nonsense with the heels on the ground and really all the culmination of things. I can't do business with you. And I can do better all on my own. I don't need, this isn't working for me. And, and that's really why that's what prompted my initial video of, I gave her a nice soft out, just a nice soft friendly out where we can still be friendly on the YouTube platform, friendly, which means, you can still come in my chat. I can still fly by your chat, still like your video, still be professional on the platform. It's called a nice soft exit. Everybody knows what a soft exit is.
Yeah.
And she was completely incapable because she's a mess. She's not professional and she can't see the potential down the road of, well, she might need Mallory Williams down the road for anything, right? Just for anything. For a collab, for anything. So she just blows up all possibilities. And that's that. But
maybe that's for the best for you. And Invisible, you got blocked. I'm not sure how dumb you are, but I did not disrespect Billy Joe by having Mallory on. Billy Joe actually was in here and rooting on two strong women. So thank you very much, but you're kind of late in the game, and bye. Yeah, Billy Joe's actually very proud of this conversation tonight. She was supporting it. And thanks, Mallory, for.
Did she say that?
Yes, yep. But somebody came in here and said it was disrespectful having you on, that it was disrespecting BJ.
I love when people try to talk for other people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, go ahead and try and do that, even though this live stream has BJ's love and support. So
Yeah, they probably don't even realize that she was up here earlier.
right.
She's up here. Is she up here now or no?
No, she's in bed. No, she went to bed.
Okay.
That's too much funny. But well, Miss Mallory, I asked for an hour. We're going over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But I would love to plan somewhere. My kiddos are wanting to do scary movies tonight.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think we served up a lovely conversation for everybody here. I think it was well-rounded, and let's ask. Put a 2 in the side chat if you all enjoyed the conversation tonight, and hey, would like a future conversation. So, what do you think, people?
For sure.
What do you think?
I know we got to get some Summer Wells conversations in for sure. I can give you some exclusives.
Good.
Yes.
All right, we're getting some 2s. We got some 2s coming in.
Definitely.
Thank you, mods, for modding the chat tonight. Thank you again. Thank you for the Howies for showing up and supporting Chair. Thank you for anybody that might have sent me a Cash App, a Venmo, or a PayPal and supporting me with an Instacash. It means the world to me. I really appreciate it. Truly, I do. Thank you so much.
Gator girl.
Share anything else before we close out?
Oh no, there's so much. Like I said, I could talk all night, and I really enjoyed this. I appreciate you coming on here. So I'll join you next if you would like. And thank you for bringing your people over here. I think everyone played nicely together in the sandbox tonight. I liked it. This was fun tonight. I liked it.
I'm known to read every chat back so I don't miss a word, and your chat tonight will be no exception. As soon as this chat reloads, I will be here to read this chat back so I can see exactly what everybody had to say, okay? I won't miss a word of it, I promise.
Okay. And
all right,
I'll
on
be
that
texting
note,
you tomorrow.
Cher, thank you so much. Till next time, I will see everybody on the dance floor, okay?
Thank you, Mallory.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. She's awesome. Well, you guys, thank you so much for hanging. I think it's, I wanted to give Mallory a fair shot. A lot of people were like, no, Cher, no, I'm unsubbing. Well, unsub, okay? But yeah, I'd love to get into some Summer Wells discussions. There's a few things where our paths have obviously crossed. So, and I can see, and I can appreciate, because we're human, and knowing that, okay, I did a shitty thing. I don't want to be this person, and wanting to change and do things differently. I root for that, especially another strong female. I root for that. And the person in here saying that this is not nice to BJ roots for that kind of stuff, if I'm not mistaken. And if I was wrong, she could call me and yell at me. That's what a big sister does. And that's the type of relationship we have. Gator girl would tell me, So, no, we root for that because we're human and we all have done that and been there. And I can appreciate that she risked knowing she's going to get attacked and take the wrath from these people and said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be that. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to grow from it. And I want to do better going forward. So, and we've had private conversations even about that. And so for that, yeah, I will be rooting for her, just like I hope she will root for me, like all of you root for me, because I'm a human. I've made mistakes. I might make more mistakes, you know. But the attacks and straight up racist, prejudice, transphobic, and LGBTQ phobic, and all of that, I can't stand for. So I can't. And you know what? Yeah, well, I enjoyed tonight. If people want to be upset about it, oh well, I guess they don't rule me. They can make up whatever lie they want to. They've been doing it for how long now, sis Cotton Candy? Like 3.5 years. Gosh, it's getting boring. But yes, this was a nice, slow, laid back, chill conversation. I liked it. So thank you, sister. I love you. My members, thank you so much. Dub, I'm going to keep you wrenched as well as Mallory's wrenched too, so that it's a fair playing field over here, because I feel like we have a lot more talking to do on her channel, our channel, and you know, who knows, maybe we meet somewhere in the middle and you catch us live together sometime. Long ass time, right? Members, thank you so much for being a member. I will do a member stream, I think Sunday or Monday. Thank you. It's a wig. It's my daughter's wig. I will scare everybody right now. Hold on. Hold up. There we go. It's just a nice purple wig. Got my hair braided up so I can have some lovely curls tomorrow. Did I just scare everybody? All right. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. I'm going to go watch scary movies with the fam. Thank you so much for the super chats tonight. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys sometime tomorrow. I think the mister will do coffee in the morning as well. Thank you for being here. Thank you again, Mallory Williams, aka House of Williams. Make sure that you are subbed up to it in there. And I got to add her TikTok. Please add me on TikTok as well. I'm trying to get it popping over there as well. Love y'all. Good night. Bye.